Bundi, 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 my friends. Good evening. Today is good evening. It is currently 6 p.m. And I actually said yesterday or in the last video that I was going to wait a couple of days before, putting videos about my workout. However, quite honestly, today I had just a little bit more time than usual. So I decided to actually go for it and do it now. So, let me just prepare this. There you go. So basically I started with this what do you call it, pull down? Is it not, is it pull down, something like that, or something like that? So this is myself. I actually tried this. Perspective is not as great as I thought it would be, but I was actually filming or shooting at the mirror. 50 kilograms. I tried 50 kilograms in my last day and it didn't work as well as I had hoped, but I believe it was because it was not my first exercise. It was like my third exercise, so I was a bit tired. This is one of my favorite exercises for back, and I really feel this in the middle of the back, in the middle, in the center of the back, which is incredible. I started with 50 kilograms, and then on the last two sets I bumped it up 5 kilograms, so 55. I try to do this as slowly as possible when it goes up, but it's not easy. And this machine, I actually got really surprised. This machine is almost all of the time busy, but it was free, so I went to it. I started with 30 kilograms and I went, it's kind of, easy. So I bumped it up to 10. So first set, 30 kilograms, and then I bumped it up to 40 kilograms. However, this specific exercise has one major issue. It requires a very good technique that I don't think I have. So basically what ends up happening is I do the what's it called? The reverse fly. So I do the reverse fly and I feel it in front of my shoulders rather than my back. So I still need to perfect the technique. So you need to pull it and, pull it with your back. And I think that I pull it with my shoulders. So I pull it with shoulders and not with the back. I need to perfect that. I might need to actually reduce the weight. So I went from 30 kilograms to 40. And so my first set, let me just, there you go. Nice. So my first set was with 30 kilograms. And I was actually feeling it in my back. Then I bumped it up to 40 kilograms and I stopped feeling it on my back and I felt it in my shoulders. And I believe that happens because I'm not engaged with the back. So I don't have yet the proper technique to do the fly, the reverse fly. So I end up using the shoulders to compensate with the lack of technique. So something to think about the next time that I do that exercise. Apart from that, normal day. I felt basically the same thing, so not nor stronger nor weaker. Although I was able to keep up with the 50 kilograms in all of the in the first two exercises. By the way, after on the first two exercises, I did not film that, but on the first two exercises after each back exercise, I did some sort of curl. So for the first one, I was doing the pull down. Is it pull down? So I was doing the pull down, and then I was doing rotating curls, which is you grab you grab the thing and then you twist it and you pull it up. You don't know, something like that. Rotating curls with 10 kilograms. And then on the second exercise, which was one where I was, doing that with the bar, the machine where I was actually has a cable on top and a cable at the bottom. And I have a straight bar in the top that I do that, what's it called? Prayers. I think it's called lat prayers, right? Where you do this until you go to your legs. And then after doing that exercise, I have a rope attached to the bottom cable and I do, curls with the rope. So I did with 35 kilograms. Now, I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but I mentioned that I was going to have to change my diet. I was consuming 15 to 1700 calories a day, and then after, chatting a bit with ChatGPT, I came to the conclusion that I was actually consuming too few calories for someone that is actually active and going to the gym. So I actually screwed it up yesterday in my diet. Well, I did not screw it up. I I overate. So basically, and I'm actually looking at my ChatGPT because I'm using ChatGPT to keep track of that as well. And let's see if I can see here. So, what did I do? But give me a second. Okay, I found it. So here's what I ate yesterday. I skipped breakfast and I went. So basically, so yesterday was Sunday, and myself, the wife, and the kids, we went for to play to the park, and then my wife remembered, oh, you know what would be great if we could go for McDonald's. And I went, Jesus, okay, let's go to McDonald's. So we went to McDonald's. And McDonald's apparently has a few new hamburgers there. And I went, okay, I usually go for the, what's it called? Double Big Tasty. So double Big Tasty. And I decided to try the Big Arc. So medium chips and half a Coca-Cola because I split the drink with my wife. So the Big Arc plus the chips plus half a Coke. Oh, and an ice cream in the end. Not a McDonald's ice cream, but an ice cream that I said a scream. An ice cream that I had here, like a Magnum. It's 1,760 calories. So that's a lot for one meal. Where those have 65 grams of protein, which is good. 143 carbs and 100 grams of fat. That's a lot. Then so to try to compensate for my lapse or my relapse on lunch, in my afternoon meal, I took a shake with 60 grams of whey, so solely for the protein, but it's still 240 calories and 48 grams of. This is not correct. I need to tell ChatGPT to fix this because it is considering 30 grams of whey, where of those 30 grams, it's 24 grams of protein. But the protein that I take, it's 21 grams per 30 grams of whey. So I need to fix that. But okay, 42 grams of protein. Then for dinner, I ate 200 grams of chicken thigh and also 100 grams of rice. That's 430 calories with 45 protein, 28 carbs, and 13 fat. And then I finished. When you go, well, I already screwed the day. Might as well just screw it a little bit more, right? So I ate another ice cream. Shh, don't tell anybody. So I ended the day with 2,700 calories, which is slightly below my maintenance 2,800 calories, theoretically. This is always subjective. But I ended up with 160 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 134 of fat, which means that in terms of calories, so my maintenance level, theoretically, obviously, because again, this is subject dependent. So myself, it can be like 2,500 calories as a maintenance level, and another person might be 3,000. Right, so it is just an estimate. I need to try to understand how it goes. But according to my estimation of 2,800 as a maintenance level, 2,400 100 calories for a slight deficit. That's what I wanted. I ingested a surplus of 260 calories. I almost went to the right spot of protein. I missed by a lot, I don't know, 7 grams or 10 grams. Carbohydrates, I stayed a little bit below. I ate 200 grams of carbohydrates. I needed 230 apparently. Fat, I went double. So I was supposed to eat around 65 to 75 grams of fat, and I ate 135. So it's one of those things that if you are in a deficit and if you don't overflow your... So in this day, if I do not overflow it by too much, it's still on a weekly average a deficit, right? So it is what it is. So I'm not exactly in a competition or whatever, so it is what it is. So what I am doing today is just, eating in a way where I'm adjusting the levels. So I'm not pushing for the 2300 calories that I was hoping to get today, but I'm aiming towards 2100 or something like that. That way I am, instead of becoming around 400 to 500 calories away from my maintenance level, theoretically, today specifically, I'm going to stay around 700 because I am trying to, just in a calorie perspective alone, I'm trying to basically compensate for the extra of yesterday, okay? And tomorrow, I will try to make it 2400 even. Now, I'm also going to keep an eye on the scale, keep an eye on, my overall look. Because if I eat 2300 calories and I start feeling fatter, right, or bigger, that means that my body's probably not exactly... you know what? Now that I'm actually saying this out loud, I've been eating around 1700 calories for a few months already. So bumping from 1700 to 2300 like that might actually be a problem. So I will most likely try to go for 2000 calories for 1 month, so to speak, right? 2000 calories. And then see how my body behaves. And then if it doesn't misbehave, bump it up to 2300. So I think I'm going to do that. And that was basically it. So, nice day. I don't know if I will be able to go to the gym tomorrow. And this has to do with also work-related things. So I actually have... So I usually take a specific time in my day to go to the gym. That specific time is actually a decent... it is in a decent place on my schedule that will not interfere with my work. However, tomorrow specifically, I have a 2-hour thing that is actually on top of my 1-hour session of gym. And I have already tried to put the gym at the end of the day, but end of day is always one of those situations where it's complicated in someone in my position to not be available. It's much preferred that I'm not available during lunchtime, because when I get home from the gym, I can always be available to those that were looking for me and couldn't reach me. But if I do that at the end of the day, people that were actually trying to reach me will not find me. Therefore, only in the next day will I be able to talk to them. And that's a bit of a problematic situation in my current situation. So that's why I try to put my gym session in the lunchtime, so to speak. So because I'm managing a 20 people team, so my lunchtime will coincide with roughly half of the company's lunchtime, or at least, in part. But again, the purpose is if someone tries to reach out to me, I will not be available then, but in half an hour later, I'm available. If I do that at the end of the day and someone needs to actually reach out to me, I'm not available at the end of the day. When I come home, that person is no longer available. Therefore, only on the next day will I be able to reach out to them. So tomorrow might be one of those days that unfortunately I might not be able to go to the gym, but it is what it is. And that's it, guys. Done. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, hope to see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.